Okay, it says it's recording. So I'm going to share something and see if I can get it on YouTube. I was watching other people sharing dreams and stuff like that on YouTube. And I get things and I write them down. Excuse me. I could be writing about something and the next thing you know, it's something completely going a different direction. Well, last week I got something and the impact of it was such that I'd like to say that I didn't run away from it, but I know I did run away from it. And I'll just share it. To me, it's very weighty, and it may not be weighty at all to anybody else. It has to do with the end times. It has to do with Sodom and Gomorrah. It has to do with Lot. It has to do with the flood of Noah. It talks about the end times. In the end times, they'll be doing certain things. And what I'd seen, what I'd sort of not run from, I started to put it down, and then I thought it was so heavy, I just walked away from it. And like I said, it may not seem heavy at all to you. I would say every generation, one generation after the other, seems to be a little more perverted than the one prior. Perversion seems to reign more in the next generation. And the things that my parents thought was shocking, my generation thought it was okay. And the things my generation thought was shocking, the next generation thought it was okay. And then it has to do with the reprobate mind. Anyway, I don't want to bounce around. In Sodom and Gomorrah, when the angels came, the people there were so consumed with lust that they wanted to rape the angels. And they wanted it unnatural because the angels were men. And they wanted to know them. Even after they were blinded, instead of going home, they wanted to try to get to the door so they could get to the angels, is what I saw. Lot even offered them 2 virginal daughters who were married, which is strange. That means that they never know their husbands. So it's really perverted. Anyway, in the times before that, when the floods were here, evil was everywhere. People were evil. In the New Testament, God talks about giving people over to a reprobate mind. In other words, they've gone so far into perversion that they can't come back. And that's what I was seeing, was this generation that we have right now might be the generation that is not going to be able to come back. And if that's the case, I don't believe God will have another generation after them, because if it keeps getting worse and worse, it can't get better. And that's what happened in the flood. Those weren't nice people that were washed away. Those people were perverted, very perverted. In Sodom and Gomorrah, those people were very perverted. In today's society, the perversion seems to be the hallmark of this generation. I hate to say it, but I see that this might be the last generation, that there may not be another generation. And that was very heavy on me. That was really heavy on me. And so I'm just sharing it with people. You can read the scriptures, see what you see if it is in line with the scriptures, because I'm not going to tell you that I know what's going on. I'm just telling you what it's shown to me. And when something is shown to me, then I share it. I share it with people on Facebook. I share it with people that I know. I print out little papers and share it with people and ask them what their critique, what they thought of it. Was it helpful? Was it enlightening? So anyway, I've seen that the progress of our civilization is deteriorating so fastly into perversion that I just can't see another generation being. And people are talking about the end times being right around the corner. This was like a fence post, a signpost that, look, this is going on now. If you're playing games thinking, well, I'll wait until I have a good time is over, and then I'll jump in there and maybe be saved. I don't know. I can't tell you. I can tell you that there are benefits to being saved, and there are benefits that you can't have unless you are saved. But I think I'll do that on a different video, because I've said it. I don't know what else to say. I mean, you can find the scriptures. Look up Sodom and Gomorrah, look up Lot, look up the angels, look up how it was in the day of Noah, floods. Look at the unnatural use. They wanted to rape the angels. All of this stuff is now. It's happening now. If angels came back right now, I don't think they'd be safe. Except they have much more power than us. But anyway, it was something I had to share. And thank you. Bye. In Jesus' name.